You open the fridge. You already know it's empty. You checked 4 minutes ago. You close it, and a few minutes later you open it again. You're not even hungry. So why do you keep going back? It feels like boredom, a bad habit. But the real answer is far stranger. That pointless little trip is one of the oldest survival programs your species ever wrote. And it's still running. For almost all of human history, food never waited on a shelf. Your ancestors were foragers. They survived by moving, checking the same bushes, the same streams over and over. Because a bush that's bare today might be full again next week. The ones who kept checking lived. The ones who gave up too early missed the day the food came back. And slowly, quietly, they vanished from the story. So evolution wired one simple rule deep into your brain. Keep checking, even when the last look came up empty. To understand the fridge, you have to understand one chemical: dopamine. Most people think it's the pleasure chemical, the hit of joy when you finally eat. But that's not quite right. Dopamine doesn't fire hardest when you get the reward. It fires hardest when you might be about to. It's not the chemical of having, it's the chemical of seeking. That makes sense for a forager. The body needs a fuel that pushes you to search, to check the empty spot one more time. And every time you open that fridge, for half a second before your eyes hit the empty shelf, there's a spark, a tiny pulse of maybe. The check itself feels good. That's why you don't need to be hungry. You're not chasing the food, you're chasing the maybe. And your ancient brain cannot tell the difference between a berry bush and a refrigerator. Now here's where it gets stranger. Imagine two bushes. The first always has exactly 10 berries every single time. The second is a gamble, sometimes bare, sometimes overflowing. Which one do you think about more? The second one. Always the second one. Because a reward you can predict perfectly is, to the brain, almost boring. But an unpredictable one lights it up like nothing else. Scientists call it the variable reward. It is the most powerful pattern for making a brain check and check and check again. And that's your fridge. Mostly empty, but not always. Sometimes someone went shopping. Sometimes there's a forgotten slice of something good pushed to the back. That rare payoff is enough to teach the oldest part of your brain a dangerous lesson. It's worth looking again. You're standing in front of a slot machine that serves leftovers, and you're playing it for free. But the fridge is the small version. You carry the big one in your pocket. Think about your phone. You pick it up, you pull down to refresh, you wait that half second. You're checking a bush. The feed might be empty. Or it might be full, a message, a like, something that makes you feel wanted. Empty. Empty, empty, jackpot. The same machine, the same chemical, the same ancient rule, running now 1,000 times a day. Your ancestors walked miles between bushes. It cost them time and sweat, so the instinct stayed gentle. But a refresh costs nothing. We took an instinct built for a world of distance and effort and handed it a bush you can check infinitely, for free, forever. The instinct isn't broken. It's working perfectly. It's just been pointed at a machine that never lets it rest. So here you are, hand on the fridge door for no reason you can name. You know it's empty. You've always known. But some old, patient part of you needed to look, just in case the world had quietly refilled while you weren't watching. It didn't. The shelf is still bare. But now you know what that little pull really is. It isn't boredom. It isn't weakness. It's 2 million years of survival, folded into a single quiet step across your kitchen floor. So the next time you open the fridge for no reason at all, smile. You're not broken. You're just doing what your kind has always done. You're hunting.